Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to some more F1 Manager. It's been a while. Those of you who've been keeping up with my community tab will know I've been having a few issues in the house. Those are now resolved. The offending member of the house has left officially as of yesterday. Finally. So we actually have peace and quiet back in the property, which is great. Can finally get back to our regular kind of streaming schedule, and I can hopefully get back to some stress-free living, which would be nice. So yeah, it's been a while since our last message, our last video, and we've got a bit of catching up to do in terms of getting some videos out there. For those of you who were going to ask, because I know someone out there is definitely going to ask, Corey, I am still planning on doing a new City Skylines series. I was going to start recording last week, and then they announced the big update that was coming on the 22nd of March, which is in 2 days' time. So I'm holding off until I've seen the new stuff and got the new patch with all the extra goodies that they're giving away for free before I start recording. So I will start recording a new City Skylines series at some point this week, and then that should start going up beginning of next week, probably. I need to free up some space on my PS5 hard drive to make sure I've actually got space to record some footage. But apart from that, yeah, things are going quite well. And we are here for the end of Season 1, start of Season 2 of Challenge Mode. This is by far the most fun series that I've had on this game. I've really, really enjoyed it. The highs, the lows, and those kind of bits in between where we've done okay, but not as good as we could have done. I did a little bit of totaling up before we started tonight's stream. We had 8 races where we got at least one car in the points. Both drivers managed 6-point finishes overall, and those finishes were Baku, Canada, Monza, Singapore, Kota, Mexico, Brazil, and then Abu Dhabi. And arguably Singapore was our best individual result with a podium where we got 3rd place and Freddie came in 10th. Abu Dhabi is probably our strongest weekend overall because we finished 4th and 5th. So yeah, some amazing results scattered in throughout our first season there, where we had a rubbish car, and with no disrespect intended to our drivers, rubbish drivers as well, both young, inexperienced rookies, both needing a lot of work. We've spent an entire season improving them as best as we can. It's not enough. We need to do that again over the next 2 or 3 seasons. But they performed superbly. And while we did have a few non-finishes here and there, some down to driver error, some not, some down to other drivers, having the error, and we were being caught up in that. They performed superbly across the season. To get 8 races where each drive, where at least one of our 2 drivers got in the points. As I say, both drivers managed 6-point finishes, which is a remarkable achievement. Considering where the car was, considering where these 2 were at the start of the season. So if you're looking to go back and look at the greatest hits of Season 1, you definitely want to check out Baku. That was our first points finish. And then we improved on that with another one at Canada. Monza we just scraped in. Felipe was doing quite well, but didn't finish that race. Freddie got his first points, though, at Monza, coming in 10th. Singapore, obviously the great result where we got that podium, and Freddie sneaking in 10th. We improved at Kota, 8th and 9th. Mexico, 6th and 9th. Brazil, a poor race for Felipe, came in 15th, but Freddie got another point in 10th. And then Abu Dhabi, the season finale, 4th for Freddie. 4th for Felipe, 5th for Freddie. A wonderful finishing results of the season. And as you can see, that gave us 69 points. 69! We were so close to actually overhauling AlphaTauri in the end. Very, very surprised to have scored that many points. And our drivers did very well. We were just outside the top 10 with Felipe, as you can see, in 11th, just behind Fernando, comfortably ahead of Kevin Magnussen, and Freddie not far behind him as well. So let's start looking at getting everything prepped for the start of the new season. We do have a little bit of housekeeping to do. Let's just check, do we have any points for our drivers? No, we do not. We do have a couple of points for Nico. I might keep Nico on for the last year of his contract. I don't see the point in replacing him with a young rookie, because we're basically getting a hamstring with whoever we stick in the reserve seat, because we're going to be focusing purely on Freddie and Felipe again in year 2. So whoever goes in the reserve role is never going to get a run. So they end up developing at a slower rate than they would if they were not in our team. So we'll just stick with Nico in our reserve role for season 2. We do have a couple of points to spend on our staff side. Let's see, Andrew Green. This is the last point we can give him before the end of the season. His stats are all pretty terrible. Let's be honest. Let's see. Do I go with the underfloor or do I go with the rear wing? I think those two are the most important ones we could do with upgrading. I'm going to go with the rear wing. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. We do have a point for Alessandro as well. Let's see, DRS Delta, we could probably improve that. And yeah, I'm going to improve the DRS Delta. No points for our engineers, our pit crew. Currently 72 on tyre changes. We'll keep them on that for the start of the new season. Facility-wise, we've got some upgrades going through in the next couple of days. As you can see, they'll impact at the start of the next season. But no, obviously, car development facilities going through. Staff facilities, we are in good shape where we need to be. Race Sim is going to need a refurbishment pretty much as soon as the season starts. And operationally, yeah, we're fine on operations. And just a quick look at our board confidence. You can see high confidence from the board. They are our recent performances. Obviously, Suzuka was a disappointment, both for me and the board. Objectives, very, very happy with the objectives. We completed our our season objective. We almost completed our long-term objective as well. And then finances, they're only satisfied with finances, despite the fact that we have a $35 million bank balance, which is actually higher than the money we started the season with. So yeah, we made a profit on our starting balance, and they're still only satisfied. Never mind, eh? Right, welcome to the new season. It's time for us to review regulation changes, manage season engine, and negotiate new obligations, etc., etc. So have a quick catch up with the chat. Go to see you, Patkins, Corey, Jeremy. Have I been watching F1? Looks like it's going to be a boring year. Yes, I have. I don't see it that way yet. I think it's going to be a really interesting season to see the battle for second. Yeah, I think Red Bull's going to walk the season, unless the other teams can bring some really big upgrades very quickly. But I'm impressed so far with Oscar Piastri, given how poor that car is. I'm impressed with how well Logan Sargent seems to be settling in with the Williams. I am very impressed with the new Aston Martin. Fernando has been reinvigorated. Getting a podium, then having it taken away, and then getting it back again. Yeah. So 2 podiums in a row for Fernando. What a start for his season. He goes 9 years with only getting 2 podiums in 9 years, and then he gets two in the space of a fortnight. Fantastic to see that. More Mercedes sort of issues and woes. Be interesting to see how their car changes as the season goes on. Ferrari not looking as strong as I was hoping they were going to look this season compared to Red Bull. But who knows what's going to happen? We could see Red Bull hit with another big breach of the cost cap. So who knows? I'm still excited to see what's going to happen. Right, let's have a look at our sponsor obligations. So, merchandising, we are going to up the merchandising. Give us the biggest payout we can get. Let's confirm that. Does mean a bigger pre-season investment. As you can see, we've got a nice big starting balance right now. That is very, very nice to see. Race day factory. I can't reduce the number, I don't think. Oh, no, I can. Excellent. So, let's see. How many do we want to do the race days? Do 15. 15's fine. Factory events. 10 is fine. They're not really worth that much money. Driver appearances. One or both of your drivers must make media appearances throughout the season. We're going to make that both drivers, but we are going to limit it to just 5. There we go. Race weekend driver appearances. Can I reduce this? What's the lowest I can go? 10. Okay, again, we'll go both drivers. We're going to make it fair, so it's not one driver more than the others being singled out. Race simulator events, we're not going to do any of those. We want to maximize just how much XP we can get on our drivers. Race hospitality, pit crews performance, yeah, let's whack that up to 10. It's only a couple of 100,000, but you know, it is something that would happen in real life, so we'll do that. Number of event days from the memorabilia room, I am more than happy to pause the morale boost. So we'll do 25 of those for a very small amount of money. Evening, Mr. Water. Good to see you. So there we go. That is our sponsorship value for the season. As things currently stand, our new season objective is once again 8th or above, and to score points in 11 of the 22 races. I think we can do that this season. Of course, these may change once we get to the season opener. We've seen that before, where we had to get a particular position and then it changed as the season opener arrived. So we might see that happen again. That is our financial information going into the new year. Technical changes. We do have some changes to the regs, as you can see. We've gained some knowledge through research, but we're also losing more than we are gaining on the chassis. With the front wing, again, similar story. We've done some decent research, but we are going to lose more than we're going to gain. Rear wing, we're actually making huge gains on the rear wing against the regulation changes. So we should have a very strong rear wing going into the new season. Side pods, again, our research is stronger than the negative impacts of the regulation changes, so that will help us with the side pods. Underfloor, yeah, we're going to take a hit on underfloor performance going into the new season. And then the suspension as well. We didn't actually do any research on the suspension, and so we're definitely going to take a hit on the suspension there. Into the financial regulation changes, no changes to the cost cap. The prize money is going to change. So those who finish in the top 4 will get extra money. Those who finish 5th to 9th will get a little bit less money, and then 10th will stay as they were. Sporting regulations, we are going to see some changes. We're losing the bonus point for fastest lap, and we are changing to the old school point scoring system of top 8. This is the early 2000s point scoring system. So Top 8 places will pay out points: 10 for first, 8 for second, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our testing limits is going to change because we finished 7th. So, although there's no changes in the regs, obviously we were in 9th last year. So we are going to lose some hours that we had last year. We're going to have to work a little bit more carefully with our upgrades this year. In terms of our power units, we have a choice. Do we stick with Mercedes or do we go for a different engine? And you know what? I think I might go for something different. Now, with Williams, we went with Renault. I think I might possibly go with Honda for this one. It will give us a very fast engine. But it will start to wear out a lot faster. You know what? Let's stick with Mercedes. Let's stick with the engine that we've got. And there we go. We are into the new season. So let's check in with our inbox. So there you can see the improvements and the negatives against last season. We've actually gained quite a lot across the board. We have lost out on braking, but everything else has gone up quite nicely. So that is encouraging to see. New regulations are in effect. We've just gone through those. Let's have a look at the new driver rosters, which is always one of my favourite parts of a brand new season. So Ferrari completely unchanged with Leclerc, Sainz and Giovinazzi as their lineup. Red Bull also completely unchanged with Verstappen, Perez and Buemi as their reserve. Let's drop down. Mercedes has Lewis, Russell and Piastri. Alpine has kept Fernando Alonso. Wow! I don't think I've ever seen Fernando stay with Alpine after Season 1 on any of my playthroughs before. That's a first. Ocon, and they've replaced Piastri with Daravala. Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri up next. Bottas, Gasly and Kubica. AlphaTauri has Albon, Vettel and Porsche. Interesting. Alfa Romeo are potentially going to be a very strong midfield team with that driver pairing of Bottas and Bottas and Gasly. That's a very, very scary lineup. And they're going to be one of the teams that we are in regular competition with. Obviously, we are unchanged. We still have Freddie, Felipe and Nico. Haas also unchanged with Schumacher, Magnussen and Fittipaldi. Again, it's unusual to see Haas completely unchanged. You know, they normally drop Mick and he ends up going to usually Williams or Aston Martin on all the other playthroughs I've ever done. And last but not least, we've got McLaren and Williams. So McLaren have got Ricciardo, Norris, and they've signed Nick de Vries as their reserve. And then Williams, Zhou Guanyu, Lance Stroll returns to Williams, and Jack Doohan has been signed as their reserve. Some interesting lineups there. Yeah, Alfa Romeo, that is a very tasty lineup for Alfa Romeo. And as I say, I'm surprised to see Alonso staying at Alpine. I've never seen him do that before. He's always gone somewhere else. It's going to be an interesting season. These are our new regulations, so that's where we are. 48 MAU hours in total, 640 wind tunnel hours in total, which gives us 6 MAU hours per month or per period, and 80 wind tunnel hours. So it's not a huge loss on where we were last season. It's only gone down a little bit. We will still get some good developments. Car parts are now available to be designed, and that is our inbox. So, as this is challenge mode, we are going to have rules and regulations. Once this video goes live for replay, I will stick all those rules and regulations in the video description. Didn't have time to get it done before we started. But we are going to go with the same rules and regulations we imposed on ourselves last season. So we are limited to 2 major upgrades per part for the entire season, which means a major part is any part that we use either MAU hours, wind tunnel hours, or both. Even if it's only just 1 hour. If we use any hours on a part, it becomes a major part, and that will include this 3-month pre-season period as well. So we really have to be careful this season with when we do a major upgrade. Let's take a quick look at our drivers. No points, I'm guessing. No. Staff, we've just done points, so there shouldn't be anything there. There isn't. Right, let's get into developing our brand new car. We have 27 million to spend. So actually the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our facilities, and we are going to do a new facility upgrade, and we're going to go straight in and upgrade our wind tunnel. That is our first of 2 upgrades we can make in the car development facilities category for the entire season. And I might go ahead and go with the improved design center. We are maxed to a total of 12 engineers as per the rules, so we're basically going to be spending 18 million to get 2 more engineers. That's a lot. The factory is pretty low. You could just do a refurb, but I could upgrade the factory. It's not going to improve the car performance in any way, shape or form. It's probably not the best one to go with. Suspension simulator, car part test center. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the car part test center, I think. So there we go. That's our 2 upgrades for the entire season. Done. Now, we can't upgrade anything in car development facilities again this year. Get that out of the way nice and early. Operationally, we've still got all those going through. As you saw, we've got a few things that are going to break almost immediately, so we'll have to give those a little bit of a refurb when that happens, but they should all hopefully be done in time for the new season. Let's go into developing our car. Let's have a look, see where our car is at the moment. Yeah, we've taken a bit of a hit in speed, but our cornering performance is looking pretty mighty. Look at that. We are the best in low speed cornering, and we are very good in the medium and high speed as well. Our brake cooling and engine cooling is abysmal though. Absolutely abysmal. Let's see where we actually stand in terms of pace deficit. So I'm guessing Red Bull are probably going to be the fastest. Yeah, they are. So we have got a 0.65 kilometer per hour deficit in terms of straight line speed. It's not great, but it's not horrendous. And something comparable, about what, 0.5, 0.4 and a half, 0.5 for DRS top speed as well. So not bad, but we are, as I say, looking pretty mighty in cornering. So we really basically just need to work on cooling and drag reduction, I think, with our pre-season upgrades. So let's start by designing something that can help us with that. We are going to need a new rear wing right off the bat. I'm going to throw all of our hours for the testing period into a brand new major upgrade for our rear wing, so that we can improve our speeds in straight line. We want to boost drag reduction. Let's see, DRS delta, we definitely want to improve that as well. Airflow sensitivity, just going to tweak that ever so slightly. Let's go to there with that. Let's increase our, or decrease our low speed a little bit, because we are, you know, still class leading as things currently stand in low speed. I don't want to dip the dirty air down too much. And there we go. I kind of like the look of that. That improves our car quite significantly. It's going to give us a very nice set of first places across, you know, normal cornering, and it's also going to give us a nice little boost to high-speed dirty air cornering as well, which will be important. Being able to follow the cars in front is definitely going to be important for us, and a huge boost to our top speed and our DRS. So that's what we're going to go with. We are going to throw the maximum number of engineers on that as we possibly can. There's no point us rushing at this stage, so we're just going to go normal. Maximise the expertise gain off this big upgrade here. So let's drop that in. As before, as with last season, we are forbidden from using the intense, so we can only go normal or rushed. So let's just double check. Yeah, normal. There we go. So that's 1 million dropped on a brand new rear wing. That'll be ready in a month and a half. We've got the ability to do 2 more projects. So we also want to improve our engine cooling and our brake cooling. So we're going to do a new suspension and a new side pods. We'll start with the side pods. And I'm going to leave my airflow alone, I think. Yeah, I'm going to leave the airflow as is. So we're just going to go with boosting our engine cooling. And actually, let's just drop the drag reduction down a bit. Doesn't really help us on the engine cooling that much. So yeah, we'll just do that. We're going to drop 2 engineers on that, and we're going to rush that. And then we're going to go ahead and design a new suspension, and we are going to optimize that for cooling. We want to really bring those brake temps down. And again, we're going to go with 2, and we're going to rush that. There we go. That is our opening salvo of upgrades. We will probably do an underfloor for the second major upgrade. We might possibly do a front wing. I'm not sure yet. We shall see. Alright, let's advance some time. There is our upgrade to the memorabilia room. Very nice. There is the tour center upgrades. Okay. That is fine. We're not going to spend any more money on that. And there is our first upgrade for the season done. Our new suspension. So let's take a quick look at that on the car. We do have some points to allocate. Let's check our staff. We have a new point for Alessandro. Excellent stuff. So let's go ahead and let's boost cooling, because we know cooling is going to be a big issue this season. Our drivers have some points. Let's give an upgrade to Freddy's braking, and Felipe doesn't actually have a point. Okay. So let's go ahead and design our next part. We need to do a chassis upgrade. And again, we're looking to improve our engine cooling and maybe even improve our drag reduction a bit with this. As far as airflow in the middle, we're definitely going to bump that all the way up as well. That will give us a boost across everything except engine cooling. That'll be a nice little upgrade for the car though. We are going to rush that one as well. There we go. Suspension simulator has now worn itself out a bit, so let's go ahead and do a refurb. We can't do anything else, but we definitely want to get that refurbed. Let's see, is anything else broken? Yes, our race sim has broken. We definitely want to get that up and running as quick as we can. And now we're out of money. That's it. We are very much out of money. We have unused scouts. Oh, that's a point. Let's go to have a look at staff scouting. Let's see who has moved. So Pierre is still at Red Bull. Enrique is still at Ferrari. Resta has gone back to AlphaTauri. That's the team he left to go and join Haas. So yeah, interesting to see he's gone back there. Matt Harmon stays with Alpine. Ti Chuang has been signed by Haas to replace Simone Resta. Mike Elliott stays with Mercedes. Ben Watkins stays with McLaren and renews his contract. He was out of contract at the end of the season. Got a new guy here, Carlton Fellows. Nisha Khan is there as well. FX de Maison is still at Williams. He's renewed his contract. Jonathan Powell, that's someone we were scouting, I believe. Yep. We scouted quite a few people, as you can see. We've still got Andrew Green, and Jamon Show is still at Alfa Romeo, and that makes up all the technical chiefs. Aero guys, Tondi has moved to Mercedes. Wow, big surprise there. Tondi snapped up by Mercedes. The best aero guy has gone to the team with the best success record in the last decade or so. That'll be interesting to see if that really boosts their recovery this season. Enrico stays with Red Bull. Jared has left Mercedes and gone to Ferrari. Dirk de Beer stays at Alpine. Alessandro is still with us. Dickon has stayed with AlphaTauri. Matthias Peter is someone new. Let's take a look at Matthias Peter. Oh, we've done a basic stat of his already. Look, so we actually have his stats. Yeah, very poor high-speed downforce, but very good everywhere else. He is the new Alfa Romeo head of Aero. Aaron Melvin stays with Haas. Mitchell Kuma stays with McLaren. David Wheater stays with Williams. And that's all the Aero guys. Interesting. So a quick look at engineers as well. Bono and Ricardo stay at Mercedes. Adami and Javier stay at Ferrari, We still got obviously Ben, Giampiero, and Hugh have stayed at Red Bull. We've still got Chris as well. Jason Pryor, Chris Hayes stay with McLaren. Jorn Becker stays wherever he is. Pierre Hamlin has gone to Haas. Ooh, very interesting. That's a surprise move. Ed Reagan has stayed with Haas. Gayton's still with Williams, as is James Irwin. Carol Lewis has stayed with Alpine. Josh Peckett is still with Alpine. Mario Gargiulo has signed for AlphaTauri alongside Matthias Spinney, so he has replaced Pierre Hamlin. Interesting. Alex Chan still with Alfa Romeo. There we go. Wow, some interesting changes there. Right, let's not get too distracted. Let's carry on with our pre-season developments. There are our side pods. We now have a new point for our technical chief as well. Let's go ahead and let's see. We've just done a chassis upgrade. Let's go ahead and do underfloor. Point there, because we are yet to do an underfloor for this car yet. Alessandro, no points. Chris Crennan has a point now. Let's go ahead and improve his pit management. Ben does not have a point yet. He's still a few weeks away. Felipe gets himself a point. His braking is now 80. That's awesome. So now we're going to concentrate on his cornering and his reactions. Now that we've got him up to 80 on braking. Side pods are done. So what do we want to design next? We're pretty close, I think, to the next ATR period. Maybe about 10 days or so, I think. If that. So I don't want to do anything too big. Oh, it's 34 days. Okay, it's longer than I thought. I could do another suspension upgrade. But I think what I'll do is maybe go with another engine boost. Actually, we suppose we should probably build the ones we've already... Do I need to do that? Let's have a look. So, go to current projects. No, not current projects. Here we go. That's what I want to look at. So, that gives us a brake cooling of 63.67. What about our engine cooling? The current side pods will give us 54.12. So we will make a slight gain, but it will be negligible, which is kind of what I expected. Okay, so let's work on something that's a bit more important. New projects. Design. Let's go with a new underfloor. We're not going to put any hours on this one. But we are going to improve everything where we can. Airflow sensitivity. Gonna dip this just a little bit. There we go. So we'll make a very, very, very small gain on aero sensitivity there, but that will give us an extra boost to our downforce generation, which it will be important. Oh, could be down any money. Okay, well, how long would it take? 65 days. We couldn't get that in time for Bahrain or Jeddah. So we'll hold off on the underfloor. I don't think we've got enough money to actually develop any new part until tomorrow. So we'll cancel this. And now we'll develop a new part. We've got 3.8 mil, so that's enough. But given how long it's going to take for just 2 engineers, even rushing, to get in a new underfloor, I think it'll probably be the same with the front wing as well. And I want to put hours into the front wing. So we'll continue to work on smaller parts for the car. So let's do another suspension upgrade then. Once again, we'll just go optimized for cooling. So that will give us, again, a small incremental boost. Not a huge one, but it will give us a little bit of an improvement. We're going to let's see, we are 31 days away. That's 32 days. So yeah, we'll just do 1 engineer at normal. Confirm that. And that's the end of our available engineers. So given that, there's only 1 extra engineer, isn't it? 29 days. Yeah, let's go 2 engineers. Screw it. All right, there we go. So more parts on the way. Our race sim is now back up and running at full strength. Excellent news. Felipe upgrade there. Car part test center, that is in the middle of an upgrade, so that's fine. We do need to refurb the factory. We'll have to take that into consideration when it comes to building these new parts we're designing. But it will be operating slightly reduced and for the next month or so. Car part test center upgrade is now complete. Excellent stuff. Just in time for us to do a new front wing in a few days' time. We are almost out of money again, which is not great. I hadn't even thought about the financial side of things, so that we might not be able to do anything for another month now. Luckily, February is a short month, so it's only, what, 21 days. That's not too bad. We kind of got away with that one a little bit. Suspension simulator is fully refurbed. Excellent. Okay, that's our new chassis. There's our new rear wing. So let's start looking at building our new rear wings. We've got very little money right now, but I can at least build one of these. Get that on the car. We will earn little bits of cash over the next couple of days. Well, let's go ahead and fit that new rear wing. And there you can see the difference between car 2, which does not have the new rear wing, and car 1, which does have the new rear wing, and that is a huge upgrade for us. That could make us pretty punchy going into the start of the new season. Obviously we don't know what other teams are going to bring, so it's not going to stay that good, but that's a pretty hefty upgrade for our first major upgrade of the season. So we can only do one major rear wing now for the rest of the season after this. Of course, we can do as many minor rear wings as we want, but given how long they take to do, we probably won't ever do a minor one. That's the full scouting of Matthias Peter, which I realised I didn't need to do, but never mind. Helipad's now in poor condition. I can't afford to refurb that. Weather centre upgrade is now done. So that's a maxed out weather centre. Let's see if that actually helps us at all in the new season. We need 150,000. I can't even afford 150,000. That's poor. Right, there we go. So we've got a little bit of cash again. Let's go to pre-season testing. So we've got 20 days until the first Grand Prix of the season. Now we need to start building some parts. We've done some developments, but we have yet to actually build anything apart from one rear wing. Let's see, all of our projects are done. So we can go ahead and assess exactly where we are with our car now. So let's go to the warehouse, the new chassis. I'm going to emergency manufacture one of these. We've done the rear wing. Let's go ahead and just do normal manufacturing on rear wings. I want 3 of those to go with the one we've got, so we'll have 2 spares. Side pods, let's go ahead and emergency manufacture 1 side pod. Underfloor we've yet to do. Suspension, let's go ahead and emergency manufacture 1 of our second upgraded suspensions. There we go. So let's fit these to the car. I'm going to put everything onto car 1 so we can see the difference in overall performance between the two based on our upgrades, and it'll also help me decide where I need to go with the last upgrades before pre-season as well. Chassis, we haven't done front wing yet. Rear wing is done. Side pods, suspension, and underfloor we've not done yet. So where do we sit car performance wise? Let's take a look. Wow, big difference, big difference. Look at that. Big improvement in our brake cooling. Still need some work on engine cooling. Despite a new chassis and the new side pods, our engine cooling is still pretty poor, but our brakes have definitely taken a nice big jump forward. That is good to see. We've gained about 5% on both. Obviously, engine cooling is still horrendous compared to the rest of the grid. Nice improvement in our speed. We've gained 0.24 kilometers per hour. That is quite nice to see, and 0.2 kilometers per hour in DRS as well. And of course our accelerations have also improved quite nicely. So very happy with the upgrades that we brought so far. Now I've got a little bit of development time left. Let's go ahead and design a major front wing. Oh no, we don't quite have enough time yet. We need 2 more days before we can do a next major upgrade. So we will do a major front wing upgrade, but we do still need to work on engine cooling. So let's look at doing another side pods. Let's go with an improvement to drag reduction a little bit. Let's really boost our engine cooling as much as we can. That'll help. I might even take a little bit off our airflow. Can I get it up to 60? Not quite. Not quite. Just shy of 60%. That's not bad. I'll go with that. So we're really throwing a lot into our engine cooling without damaging our drag reduction too much there. We want to get this as quickly as we can, so we want to rush this. Let's see, can I get this in time? Need to keep some engineers back because new front wing. Get that in 26 days, which will not be in time for Bahrain. So we're going to be looking at Jeddah then. That's 27 days. That's going to take 28 to do. Don't really want to throw too many engineers at this. Just short. Okay, let's go. Let's go with 4 engineers. We'll keep the other 6 back. So this will be our last upgrade that we do, apart from the front wing, before the season starts. So let's see if we can just get that back to where it was. I think that was it, or close to. That will take 26 days, and that'll come the day before Saudi Arabia. So yeah, let's go ahead and confirm that. There we go. Let's start manufacturing what we do desperately need more parts of now. So we're not going to do another chassis upgrade in time for pre-season, so let's go ahead and build 2 more, so we've got 1 spare, because we are going to do another chassis upgrade soon, so there's no point overloading with unnecessary spare parts. Let's go ahead and do 1 extra side pod. Just make sure I'm on the right one. Yes, the SP2 side pod 2. There we go. 1 additional side pod, and that's it for manufacturing. We are out of slots. Okay, that's fine. Board confidence check-in. Board has high confidence in our leadership. That's always encouraging to see. There's our pre-season testing results. Got some idle engineers. Yeah, well, we'll just solve that problem. Suspension design is complete. Just done that. Let's quickly check. I haven't got any more points to spend. No, I don't. Okay. Wind tunnel is oh, beautiful. The wind tunnel's done just in time for our new front wing to get started. That worked out beautifully. There we go, we've got a new ATR period, so let's go and design our new front wing. We're not going to get this for the start of the season, but we will get this for a little bit further in, probably after Jeddah, hopefully in time for Melbourne, but at the very least we should get this, I think, in time for Imola. Alright, so maximum hours available. Let's see, this is definitely going to give us a nice big boost to our brake cooling, which is going to be important with a car that's going to be much faster, and our drivers who are still quite low in the braking stats. We definitely want to make sure the brakes are as good as we possibly can. We're looking at 55 days. Let's just go ahead and whack that all the way up. 37 days. So we want to try and get this in for Imola. So at the moment we've got plenty of leeway, but obviously as we start moving these sliders that will change. Airflow sensitivity. Our front wing isn't really going to have a huge impact on our top line speed, but it will have a massive impact on our cornering ability. I think I might actually take just a little bit off on each of those. We're going to have downforce for days. We'll just see what it was. So that gives us an extra little boost to our top line speed, also gives us an even bigger boost to our brake cooling. Let's not overdo it too much. There we go. We'll go with that. That's quite well balanced, I think. So we'll get a nice little improvement with our performance there. Let's go ahead and check the summary. That's 48 days, and that will drop in time for Imola. Excellent. So there we go. New front wing on its way. Do I have any extra build slots yet? No, not for another 5 days. 4 days. Factory is now back up at full improvement, full running conditions. There we go. So let's get the side pods on there. Let's check what else I can put the extra chassis on. Front wing we've just started. Side pods we've just put on the car. Rear wing I can now put that on there. We've got more spares being made as we speak. Underfloor hasn't been looked at yet. Suspension, still only have the one suspension, so we need to make some more of these. I'm going to go ahead and make 2. No, wait. Are we actually making a suspension at the moment? No, it's side pods. Oh, I've got a project. Okay. Okay, let's see. Edit projects. I forgot I can do 3 projects. So we are looking at 18 days. So this is going to be for Jetta. Can I get that down? Yes, I can get 1 engineer. Okay, good. Let's confirm that change. Can I steal an engineer off this project as well? So we were looking at getting it done for Imola. Perfect. I can steal 1 engineer from that project as well. So we've got 2 engineers available to do 1 more upgrade. What do I want to do? I want to do, I think, another chassis upgrade. Again, minimal gains, but we're just chipping away. 35 days, that's going to be not in time for Australia. Not quite. What if I rush it? If I rush it, I can get it in 24 days. No, we'll go normal. Let's see. 35 days. Can I save 2 days worth of developments? Try and knock a bit off the drag reduction. Oof, okay. There we go. Let's go with that. So that'll give me boosts across all 3 areas, and that will be ready for the day of Australia. So we'll go ahead and confirm that as well. Alright, so with that brand new chassis project, I do know now that I definitely need some spare suspensions. So let's go ahead and make those. So we only have the 1 right now, so I'm going to go ahead and make 2 more. So we've got 1 spare in case a driver bins it. Hopefully they won't. Ah, damn it, I got a point for Alessandro I could have used. Never mind. Let's go ahead and boost drag reduction. Alright, so our car has its first, well, I say its first, its final pre-season testing. Let's see how we stack up against the rest of the grid. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely still need to improve our cooling performances, but we do have more parts coming on the way to deal with that. Our speed's looking very tasty. Things are looking very tasty indeed. Okay. Right, there we go. Let's go ahead then and just make sure that all the new parts are on the car and with us at least 1 spare. Yes, 1 spare. Front wing is being developed. Rear wing on the car with 2 spares. Side pods on the car, no spare needed for side pods, and we've got new side pods coming anyway. Underfloor hasn't been started yet, so that's fine. Suspension, let's fit that to car 2, and we've got 1 spare. Good stuff. Right, so this is where we stand overall. That is pretty good. Pretty good. We lost a little bit on our cornering compared to where we were, but our speeds are much improved over the start of the season. Our brake cooling has improved, our engine cooling has improved a little bit, but our DRS top speed, look at that, 3rd in DRS top speed, 5th in acceleration. That's going to be really, really useful. That new rear wing has been mighty. So yeah, looking forward to this opening race of the season. Let's catch back up with chat. Good to see you, SITV. Hi Marcel. Hi Farah. Things are now better. Yes. And hello Ruben. Good to see you. Right. It's time to do some performance reviews. What do we want to do for opening season? Do I think we can get to Q3? Well, the sponsors want us to get into Q3. We have a car that's capable of it. Do we have drivers that can do it? I think we do. But I'm not going to go with both drivers. Quali position, I'm going to say that both cars are going to get into the top 12. And we'll get both cars into Q2. That's my opening season, season opener prediction there. The fastest lap is the incentive to guarantee. I want to guarantee 2 cars finishing in. Do I want to go for a double points finish? No. I'll go for 2 in the top 12 or above. Finish position streak, 1 in 15th for 4 races. Quali streak, I'm going to go 2 in 14th for 5 races. So that's our performance targets done. Do we have any more points for our drivers? Yes, Freddie has another point. So we'll boost his braking again. Felipe doesn't have one yet. Nico has a pointless point. He's not getting a drive anywhere else. We do have another development point, and I've just started another chassis project. Okay, let's see. We have yet to do underfloor, so let's whack it on the underfloor. Alessandro's fine. No points for Chris. Ben gets a point. Let's boost his pit crew. There we go. We missed an email somewhere. There we go. It's done. Right, here we go. 2023 season opener, Bahrain.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. The weekend begins here.
Radio check. Radio check.
Green light, green light.
Yes, I'm on mute. Damn it. New season, same old mute problems.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Alright, so let's see. 84%. That's not bad to start. So as I was just saying, to myself and nobody else apparently, we're going to be running all session, every session in this practice weekend. We want to get this car learnt as quickly as possible. We're easily going to get our track knowledge up to 100% by the end of session 2. Hopefully the car setups will be at 100% by then as well, but the car knowledge needs to go from 0 to 85 as a minimum if we want to get that 15 out of 15 bonus.
How's the balance?
88 for Felipe. So both cars close to the window. They'll need some minor tweaks to get them into that really good, optimal kind of range. And what I might do at the end of this session is potentially throw on, tell them to stop ignoring, to stop staying in clean air and avoiding curves, and just see what our pace is looking like towards the end of their run. Let's have a change on the rear wing to 11.5. Let's change the roll bar to a 7.3. Let's tweak the front wing. That's not going to work. Let's go back to a 6.4. Okay, so we're going to need to increase the front wing angle again. There we go. Let's have a crack with that. That's looking pretty good. Let's put on some fresh tyres. Freddie is ready to his tune-up. Again, we need to change his rear wing as well, and his front wing. Let's see. Let's give that a crack. Did I see the City Skylines 2 trailer, and will I be doing a series when it comes out? Yes, probably. And the trailer is very pretty. It's also not in-game footage, so, or it's not gameplay footage. So don't be shy. Don't be swayed by the nice shiny CGI trailer that is not reflective of what the game's actually going to look like when it plays. They've done a farming simulator, basically, with their trailer. They've made this beautiful CG trailer that is not representative of what the game's actually going to look like, I think. I mean, I will hold my hand up and be happy to be proved wrong on that, but I don't think the game's going to look anywhere near as gorgeous as it is made out to look in the trailer. It's still going to look good, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to look that good. Like every time a new farming sim game comes out, they do this huge CG trailer. Everyone goes, wow, it looks amazing, and then it looks nothing like the trailer.
Someone's run wide.
I get why companies do that, why they try and hype up their product, make it look as appealing as they possibly can, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of, you know, gameplay trailers that are in no way representative of actual gameplay. I find it very cheap and misleading, disingenuous. There's a word for you, Faris. Disingenuous. It's not cartoony like the original's made in Unity, so there's limits as to what you can actually do to make a game look pretty and realistic in Unity. I think the new one's being made in Unreal. I think, maybe Unreal 5, maybe. It's certainly not being made in Unity by the look of it. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see which engine they do actually go for in the end. Freddy's setup improves to 91%, so we are getting closer to that setup window. Just waiting on Felipe. Oh, almost nailed Felipe's car. Beautiful. It's Unreal 5. It looked like it was going to be Unreal 5, given what they were showing off. For those of you that actually, it's no longer available to download on the store, but for those of you with a PS5 that played the Matrix Unreal 5 tech demo, you'll know exactly what Unreal 5 is capable of from that. And yeah, City Skylines in Unreal 5 will be amazing. It won't be quite as good as the trailer makes it look, but it will be amazing. Not just in terms of looks, but in terms of functionality. The AI system and the sheer volume of AI you can have in Unreal 5 is huge. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to an Unreal 5 City Skylines. That's going to be phenomenal to play. Right, what do we need to tweak? I need to change the roll bar. Let's go to a 6.4. Let's pull that back a little bit. And let's go that way. I think that could be everything we need for Freddy. So we're going to go with medium tyres in this session, and we're going to go for the entire session in terms of a fuel load. So we're going to go 36 laps. Felipe, again, medium tyres, 36 laps. We want him to run for the whole session. His car is pretty much nailed. Just need to do that, and that is now 100%. So into practice 2.
Radio check.
Okay, so Russell setting the early pace. Gasly looking quick in that Alpha. Gasly looking very quick in that Alpha. Again, it's testing. We can't really read too much into it, but that is some pretty impressive pace for Gasly. If let's have a look. Yeah, look. Soft tyres. Max and Lewis on harder tyres, as are we and some of the other cars. But okay, Gasly's got some pace. Gasly's got some real pace in that car this year. Alright, we are almost there with Freddie's car. That is fantastic news. We just need to make that one little click of toe to correct that. What about Felipe? There should be 100. There it is.
What do you think?
So we're just going to let them run now for the rest of the session. This will get them pretty much up to 100% on their track knowledge.
Spin out there.
Assuming they don't have a big off. But more importantly, this is going to get our car knowledge up. Are there any other games I'm looking forward to this year? Spider-Man 2, if it's coming out this year, definitely looking forward to that. I'm still looking forward to games from last year that I haven't played yet. I'm waiting for God of War Ragnarok to go on sale. Can't wait to play that. Oh, lock up for Freddy. He's not put it in the wall, that's good. Has anyone yet played Transport Fever 2 or on the console on the PS5? Is that any good? Because I'm curious about that. Beyond that, I'm not really sure of any. Oh, RoboCop. I think that comes out this year. Looking forward to the new RoboCop game. Hopefully it'll live up to the hype of all this RoboCop fans out there. I'm still waiting for more news on Alien Dark Descent. That is supposed to be coming out this year, but they announced it last summer at Gamescom, and I've not heard anything else since then. So whether that actually is going to come out next year or not, I don't know. Or this year or not, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just cancel that. Get an extra lap or two out of them. I don't know what else is going to come out. But if they do a sequel to this, then obviously this. Yeah, I think that's it, really, at the moment, in terms of games I'm really looking forward to. The new City Skylines game, when it comes out. The next installment of this. Aliens Dark Descent. RoboCop. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And Spider-Man 2. That's what's on my radar for this year. At the moment.
Welcome back as we continue our race weekend with practice.
Oh, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Let's go that way. That might be the wrong way, but we'll go that way. We can always correct it and go the other way if necessary. Once again, we're going to run the whole session, so 36 laps of fuel. Always put a lot of mileage on the car when it comes to Bahrain every year, but yeah, kind of need to learn the new car to get the most out of it for the first race of the season.
Ready to check? Ready to check.
The new Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I kind of like and didn't like the 7 remake at the same time. You know, I haven't been really excited about a Final Fantasy game since 10, if I'm honest. You know, that was the last one I truly enjoyed. I played 10 Part 2 for a bit, didn't really get into that.
In.
And I keep getting errors with the server at the moment. I keep losing chat. So if you're saying stuff, apologies, I can't actually read anything right now. Okay. I think we're good. I think chat's back. Someone want to type something? Oh, there we go. Yep. Farrah, we're in agreement. 10's your favourite. Oh, there goes the chat again. I'm not going to say that 10 is definitely my favourite. I'm a huge fan of the original 7. I was a big fan of 8. But yeah, 10's got a special place in my heart just because
What's your thoughts on coming in?
I've always enjoyed that one.
Doing any more?
Partly for how good it looked. It looked phenomenal when it came out. It still holds up pretty well if you've got the remastered version. And it's got some of the cringiest dialogue and voice acting in a video game, which just makes it that little bit more special. That ha 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 Tidus laughing scene, just that's comedy gold. And Blitzball. I loved Blitzball. Blitzball was one of my all-time favourite mini games. I played so much Blitzball that I actually stopped playing the game and just played Blitzball for about a month when the game first came out. Back on the PS2. I did nothing but just go around trying to find other players and recruit them to the team, and I played Blitzball for about a month straight, rather than actually continuing to play the game itself. Can you start at 10? All the Final Fantasy games are self-contained. I say all of them, to a point. You've got 10 and 10 Part 2, which is kind of a continuation of the story. 13, there are 3 parts to 13. But yeah, pretty much you can... Oh, we've been hit. You can pretty much pick up and play any Final Fantasy game, and they're pretty self-contained.
And there's the collision. It's caused absolute carnage. And the team had such high hopes today.
Okay, so what's been broken? Oh, great. We've got a penalty for the opening race of the season.
It's a collision.
It's just minor front wing damage. That's fine. We can get away with that. But a penalty for Freddie at the first race of the season is not a great start. Alright, there we go. We are now at 85%, so anything else now is a bonus, but we will now get the full 15 out of 15 bonus for our drivers. Oh, maybe not for Freddie, because he's at 98, not 100. Probably should have brought him in. It's too late to do that now. Alright, so Freddie's going to only get 14 out of 15. Let's see if I can keep him out an extra little bit longer. Maybe see if I can just squeeze an extra little bit of car knowledge, might get him up. I needed him to be at 100% on his setup. Okay, well, that's not bad. Yeah, it's amazing how much a little bit of knowledge, how it can go a very long way in a sport. You know, watching a sport when you don't know any of the people involved, and it's it's an interesting experience. But when you have knowledge and you can get a little bit invested, it just makes it so much better. Alright, there we go. So that'll be 100% for Freddy. Can we get both cars through? We should be able to. I have no idea what our actual pace is going to be like yet. This is where we're going to find out.
Ready to check?
Alright, there we go. Let's see how we do with our first run, see what kind of pace we've got. Yeah, drivers to watch out for this season. Vesti, obviously. He is a Mercedes Academy driver. He is very highly rated. And Teo Porcher, they are the two big names to watch out for this season, I think. Porcher is probably the favourite to win the title. Porcher is an Alfa Romeo Academy driver, but it'd be interesting to see if they keep him on when they switch to Audi. Alright then, here we go. Our first lap in anger with the new car. Oh, it's a lockup for Teo. Sorry for... You got me talking about Teo. It's a lockup for Freddy. That's not good. I'm going to abort his lap.
Oh, there's a spin!
Save the tyres. Let's switch to Felipe. One thing I do have to remind everyone, we have to temper our expectations. The car is going to be really, really strong on paper, but the drivers are not. So we're not going to get the most out of the package that we have until our drivers get, another year or so of development under their belts. But I'm hoping we can definitely score points on a pretty regular basis. A 1:32.3 is our opening lap time. And wow, look at that. We're faster than Sainz. Did Sainz get held up? Or did he make a mistake? How is Sainz slower than Bottas and us? That's odd. wait for a few more cars to set some times. I have no idea how representative a 132 is right now. I want to do 1-2. Wow, yeah. Verstappen throws in a mighty lap. Your YouTube app is going crazy tonight. Yeah, my chat window was just disappearing left, right, and centre about 10 minutes ago. Just it would come in and then disappear, and then come in and disappear, come in and disappear. And then the whole app just froze for a second, and then it came back, and yeah, very weird. But it's been fine for that. Yeah, after that little flurry of weirdness, it's been okay. We're knocking on the door of the top 10. That's partly a little bit disappointing, but also, encouraging. It's the first race of the season. We are usually at our weakest at the beginning of the season. And then, we can really come into our own with development. And it'll be hard to do that this year with the addition of an extra 3 months of car development before the season even started, limiting how many major upgrades we can do. But I'm quietly confident we can achieve some decent results this season. Be very disappointed if we can't improve on last year. And let's not forget, last season we just about scraped home 15th and 16th at the end of Bahrain. This season's going to be very different by the look of it. So Freddie really needs to pump in a clean lap here. Don't forget he has got that 3-place penalty for colliding with one of the McLarens. So we need to get him as high up the grid as we possibly can. Alright, no lockups please, Freddie. Let's bang in a good time here. No improvement for Felipe in the first sector. Not surprising, he's on scrubs, but he should be fine. I didn't really need to send him back out again, I don't think, but I wanted just to try and get a baseline of the car's performance. Certainly wasn't going to waste a set of brand new tyres for a second run. No improvement in the middle sector either. Okay. Freddie crosses the line and only goes P14. Ooh, that might not be safe. No improvement for Felipe. If everyone else is on scrubs as well, then we shouldn't see any real improvement. Some drivers on new tyres. Freddie drops to 15th. It's down to Schumacher. Can Schumacher knock us out? No, he cannot. So we are through to the next session, but that is slower than I was hoping we were going to be. Again, it's the car on paper is capable of getting both into the top 10, but the drivers themselves probably not. So Felipe might be able to sneak the top 10. Freddie certainly won't be able to. He hasn't got anywhere near the pace stats of Felipe, but we'll get him as high as we can. Let's see. Let's go with a set of scrubs for the first run at the start of the session, and then we'll do a proper run at the end of the session on brand new tyres.
Radio check. Radio check.
Green light, green light.
So these are going to be woefully slow times in comparison to the rest of the field, I think. But we're saving those good tyres for the end of the session. How you doing, Smoke? Good to see you. How's the new controller? It's awesome. I've only really been using it for Alien Fireteam Elite, but yeah, it's really, really nice. Really nice. Alright, can we get ourselves through to Q3 with Felipe? Gonna get Vesti to run in the clean air and see if we can maybe punch a bit of a hole on the straights for Felipe. '13th and 4th. Wow, where did that come from? Power of the slipstream there, throwing Felipe all the way up. Okay, wow, that's pretty damn impressive. I'm saving 2 sets of softs for the race, so we're only going to have 1 run on these tyres at the end of the session. So we're not going to start 4th, but... You've been disappointed with the battery of yours. If one's dying after less than an hour, then that's a problem with the battery. That's not... that's a damaged battery. Or, damaged wiring or something, damaged connection. My console is approaching 2 years old, and my pads still last, fine. So yeah, if your pad's only lasting an hour, well, less than an hour, that's a faulty battery. That's not the controller just wearing out. Have you been overcharging? Just sticking them on a charge and then just continually charging them without a cut off, because that might be what's done it. Do they overcharge? I think if you're playing with a cable, then yeah, I think you can overcharge the battery. If you're using a cheap third-party dock, then it's entirely possible that you can overcharge your system or overcharge your batteries on that. The official Sony dock, that's the one I use, does have a cut-off, but nothing's ever a complete guarantee. So we can sneak out behind the Ferrari. Yes, we can. I don't think I'm going to be able to close enough to get a tow. If anything, I might actually give a tow to Bottas here, which would not be ideal. So here we go, our one and only run in Q3. I have no idea how we're doing against the computer, because we don't get proper split breakdowns in this game. That's something that desperately needs to be added for the next one. Split times against target lap, so we can see how far up or down we are. But I'm hopeful that we might be able to sneak ahead of Norris and Bottas, or at least Norris. Maybe not Bottas. Nah, the scrub tyres just didn't have enough pace left in them against new tyres. Okay, that's not too bad. 10th is good. Wasn't confident I could get into Q3. So it's no real loss not getting any higher than 10th. It is a bit of a shame that Freddie is going to start all the way down to 17th thanks to that penalty.
It's race day.
So definitely going to have to do a bit of work with Freddie. Move him up through the race. His time management is pretty good, so shouldn't have an issue there. Let's take a lap of fuel out of his car. Not going to do that with Felipe. Let's also see if we can jump a couple of places at the start as well.
Clear skies tonight, with the drivers having now arrived at their grid positions. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. There's the second Aston Martin. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. Will their hard work pay off today? Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So season 2 begins now. I'm expecting a points finish for Felipe, and then whatever we can get for Freddie. Top 12 is the target for Freddie.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Can we throw it up the inside of a Ferrari here? Not quite. Can we throw it around the outside of a Ferrari? Ooh. Leclerc is off the pace. He actually started down in 9th. A Ferrari struggling this season.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
He's going for it. I don't think he's going to get him. He's going for it. Need to get Freddie up the field as quick as we can. Go on, throw it up the inside. Ah. Felipe's still all over the back of Leclerc here. And yeah, he's burning battery to do it, but oh, we've got a yellow flag. Someone's gone off. Or gone wide.
They've gone wide.
Sainz running wide, so Sainz losing a bit of ground there. Oh, here we go. Here's a chance for Freddie. And he gets past Albon. Side by side at the moment. Can he complete the move? He should be able to.
That's it.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Might be able to go around the outside of Ocon here.
This is good, come on. DRS is enabled.
Not quite. But a decent start for Freddie. We've gained him 2 places. Let's get him to have a lunge up the inside if he can. Nope. His braking isn't where it needs to be at the moment. Felipe still hanging on in there with the Ferrari. Right, we've got good DRS performance, so hopefully we can use these DRS zones to our advantage here. Everyone is on soft tyres. Sainz is struggling. He's obviously dropped back because he had that wide moment. He's going to be under pressure from Hamilton. Russell all over the back of Perez right now. Norris all the way up in 8th. You know, Gasly and Bottas 6th and 7th. Yeah, Alfa Romeo, at least at the start of the season, are going to be a really, really difficult team to get past. They might fade as the season goes on. We'll see. I'm just shocked by Leclerc being down in 9th. Just got to be wary of the fact that Freddie is starting to flirt with getting dropped out of the back of this train. Don't really have any battery left to push him either, so if I can get some recharging done, it would be useful. The trouble is everybody in front has got DRS as well, so
We just need to charge up.
this is going to be a very risky proposition here. They do this in a couple of places. Ricciardo gets past Magnussen by the look of it. Try and get a little bit more battery back into Felipe as well. Hamilton is past Sainz up into 4th. Let's see if he's got more pace than the Ferrari. Oh no, the Ferrari's got him back under DRS. Ooh, lock up behind us. Schumacher, I think.
Sounds like someone's locked up. Let's take a look at the replay. Right, watch this. There's Schumacher, and there's the lockup. It almost
First
got
big
away
mistake
from
of the
them
season.
entirely. The team are really disappointed with that.
Alright, so Ricciardo has dropped off the back of Alonso. So he's going to start becoming a bit of a roadblock, potentially. Still Leclerc unable to get past Norris. That car has got more pace, he just doesn't seem to be able to do anything with it right now. I was going to say, top, points finish, top 10 points finish. Got to remember, it's points for 8th and above, not 10th. So we're not in the points as things stand right now. Alright, we're going to try and force a move. Got a little bit of battery to play about with here. A huge amount.
Use energy.
Okay.
See if we can go up the inside. Nope. Oh, that Ferrari's just so strong in a straight line. Alright, so that didn't work. We'll try and do that next lap with Freddie, see if he can get past Ocon. The field's staying really close together. That gap that had opened up between Alonso and Ricciardo, that's gone again. He's back in DRS range. So, bar the gap between Hamilton and Sainz, which only happened because Sainz ran wide, the whole field is, well, almost the entire field is in DRS range of each other. Obviously the Williams and Schumacher at the back are a little bit off the pace. But from Sainz down to Vettel, 4th to 17th, it's all one big DRS train right now.
So use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, can we throw this up the inside of Ocon? Got a clean run. Bit of battery deployment. Still side by side. Keep your front wheels in.
Let's focus.
Ocon got us. Right, see if we can throw it up the inside of Ocon going into the final turn.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
No. Maybe he can get him here though. Oh, Alonso got us. How did that happen? Yeah, we just don't have the acceleration at the moment with Freddie, unfortunately. We're going to have to just try and reserve his battery a bit. It's still really close, look. Still 4th to 17th. Oh, did I get DRS? No, I didn't. Okay, so Freddie's in real trouble now if he's not careful. I'm going to leave Felipe in recharge to try and slow down the cars.
Energy's good.
Oh, Albon has got past us because we didn't have DRS. That's a shame. Someone is off in sector 2.
Position gained for Alpha Tauri. I think there's been a lock-up.
A lock-up for Bottas.
Let's take a closer look. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one. Oh, they've lost him.
Oh, that's lost him so many places.
That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will...
Huge loss of position there. Right, we're back in DRS, that's good. Got to make sure that Felipe doesn't lose the DRS. Going to have to go a little bit of deployment.
That's it.
Freddie's got back past... Oh no, that's Freddie getting past Bottas.
Okay, copy.
Or, no, Vettel, apparently.
Okay, energy's good.
Yep, copy.
I still can't get over how tight this field is after 11 laps. Alright, Albon in danger of dropping off the back of Ocon, which will make him vulnerable back to Freddie. Gotta wonder who behind Sainz and Hamilton has got the pace to really push on and go even faster. We would have to say Leclerc is out of position and has the pace potential. Maybe Gasly? How many cars in front of us, or in this group, are only there because they're in DRS? I think McLaren might actually be looking relatively strong for this opening race of the season, because Ricciardo dropped out of DRS range and got himself back in within a lap. Gained about half a second. So somebody is holding up others, and some people are being dragged along. It's a bit hard to figure out which one's which right now. You might have to think about an undercut for Freddie. I'm a little bit loath to do that. Alright, Magnussen now dropping off the back of Ricciardo. We're about to see our first sort of split. Definitely seeing a gap opening up. We are leaving Bottas behind, so without the DRS, he is not able to keep pace. Schumacher has caught and passed Stroll, but hasn't made any inroads on Zhou yet. Let's have another crack at closing this gap up. Yeah, we're not close enough this lap. And Magnussen is back in DRS range again. No one's able to break away. Oh, my stomach's making a really weird noises. I'm gonna have to have something to eat after this, I think. Oh, big lunge from Ricciardo. Just about held him off there, but that was a bit touch and go for a moment then. Schumacher back down behind Stroll, briefly. Those two swapping as they're side by side. Alright, pit windows are approaching. Let's have a look. The cars in front, their tyres starting to go off a bit. Oh, Leclerc and Alonso side by... Oh, damn it, wrong button there. Leclerc and Alonso were side by side there. That's what I wanted to do. Change to the interval. We are right on the back of this. Let's see if we can capitalise.
Use energy.
Yep.
don't quite have enough straight line speed. Could be an interesting dogfight on the middle grid. It's most of the grid, look. Oh, someone's locked up. Who and where?
Looks like there's been a lockup.
Schumacher at the back of the grid. That does not help us in any way, shape or form.
This is good, come on.
Yeah, we just don't quite have the performance that we need to get clear at the moment. At the Alpine is getting a nice slipstream and DRS off the back of Leclerc. Yeah. Kind of stuck there at the moment. Albon shaping up for a move on Magnussen, who again is flirting with being dropped DRS wise. Perez, the first to blink, he's into the pits. Now Leclerc and Alonso and Ricciardo, all of a sudden the field's starting to split. Now we're going to start seeing some movement. And now it's crucial that we get Freddie ahead of Albon and onto the back of Ocon ASAP. Norris fighting with Gasly right now. I'd love to look at it, but we need to concentrate on Freddie for a moment. Oh, Albon, you dick. You're blocking us. Got to get onto the back of Ocon before he catches up to the back of Felipe. Oh, he's done it again. What a... Oh, God damn you. Damn you, Alex Albon.
We just need to
Russell,
charge up.
Ocon and Vettel now in the pits. We're still hanging on to the back of P2 at the moment. Right, we're going to go for the undercut with Felipe. We're going to pit him a lap earlier than planned.
Box.
We'll leave Freddie out for another lap so we can continue to charge up behind Alex, and then we'll box him next lap. Everyone else going on to hard tyres. We're going to go on to mediums. Verstappen's in. I'm guessing most of the cars in front are going to pit as well, if not all of them. This could be a long queue into the pit lane here. Yep, everyone's pitting. And Albon as well. Okay, so Vesti, I need you to push like you have never pushed before.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
We're out on the back of Verstappen. Can we stay with Verstappen? just for this one lap. Did we jump anybody or did we get jumped? We got jumped by Vettel. And no, I think we were... No, Magnussen jumped us as well, didn't he? So we've lost a couple of places, but we are on mediums. Unfortunately, so is Albon, who is still in front of us. We have just about stayed in DRS range of Verstappen, which is excellent. Really hopeful that this tow, along with burning the last of the tyres and the battery, is going to give us a little bit of a chance to jump.
Okay, to the pit.
Copy. So use pit limiter, pit limiter.
Of course, our pit box is right down the far end. Bottas in as well. Not a bad stop, 2.8 seconds. We're going to jump a few cars, I think. Then we're going to get out ahead of Magnussen. Oh, look how close this is going to be. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. We got out behind Sainz. We jumped so many cars there. Now I'm going to have to throw whatever's battery is left and burn some tyres a little bit just to get on the back of Sainz, if at all possible. I'm going to try and push past Vettel here.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
There we go, pretty straightforward. We should be able to outdrag him with the battery deployment.
Good job.
Just about managed to claw ourselves onto the back.
We need to charge it.
Copy.
Oh, it's close, it's touch and go.
Drop back a bit.
I think we just made that. Right, can we get Albon here? He's going to block us again, isn't he? He is. Ah, what a dick. God damn you, Alex Albon. We are going to get Magnussen, though, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Ah, now it's Felipe's turn to be stuck. Freddie now, yeah, tucked in 10th, behind Sainz. I've got no battery left. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this move off. Oh, Vesti spun.
We've just had
Oh,
a spin.
disaster.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing.
Oh, what a poor start to the season so far. Now the field is so tightly packed as well. The fact that it's only 8 places for points now means this is going to be really, really tough season if it stays like this. Leclerc has fought his way up into 4th. So his undercut has definitely worked out for him. He was definitely being held up. We are being held up, but we need some battery. Freddie is hopefully going to slowly catch it up. I hope. Oh, god damn it. I'm getting blocked again. Look at that train though, behind Leclerc. You got then Hamilton just about second behind, and then just look at the cars all piled up behind him. Ricciardo, Ocon, Alonso, Sainz, Norris, Albon, and then a little gap to Magnussen. We've got a little 4-car train here. Alright, we're going to get the move done here. Let's go into neutral so that we can try and use a natural tyre pace and hopefully the car pace to pull away and get back onto Albon again.
You've done a good job.
Vesti is closing the gap. One thing I don't want to do is drag Magnussen and co with me. Don't really have the battery to deploy, but we'll do what we can. I've been wary of Vesti's fuel as well. Didn't expect the field to be this tight all the way through. So we've got a real fuel issue with Vesti that we've got to be wary of. We will save a good chunk of that throughout the race, but we are going to have to do some fuel saving towards the end, I think. Alright, there we go. We've broken the DRS. Now it's a question of do we have enough pace to get onto the back of Albon, who's lapping at Ocon's pace. Ocon's doing a 138.3. We did a 137.6, but we were burning battery to do it. Vesti a couple of tenths slower than Magnussen, but Magnussen did get half a lap of being towed along, including a couple of straights of DRS. He won't have that this lap round. Gap under 2 seconds, so it is slowly coming down. Vesti's gap under 3 seconds. So it looks like we have a car that has got some pace. It just doesn't seem to do as well in the dirty air as I was hoping it would. Or doesn't seem to have enough performance to capitalise on being quicker. You know, or being able to go quicker than it could. We're just not quite there yet. That new front wing will definitely help us. And we will definitely need to work on a new underfloor, I think. Right, there we go. Drugovich has now just about caught the back of the queue. Let's put him into harvest mode. Vesti still closing bit by bit. Vettel and Magnussen swapping places back and forth. They're both on hard tyres, so we will have a tyre advantage in terms of pace. We'll try and exploit that where we can. Albon having a look at Norris. Ricciardo has moved up ahead of Ocon now. Ricciardo, Ocon and Alonso are on hards. That's going to allow us to get Felipe charged up because the pace will be a bit slower. Just got to be careful that Magnussen doesn't find his way back into range. Another half a second gain for Freddie. Should be on the guys in front of him by the end of the next lap, I think. Verstappen's just flying at the moment. Look at this. I mean, he's 20 seconds clear of Perez right now. Perez has been shadowed by Russell all the way. That's slowed him down a little bit, but not massively. 20 seconds, that's a big old gap. Ferrari definitely struggling so far this season. I mean, Leclerc's up there in 5th, but he's not able to get away from Hamilton. Sainz is stuck in this traffic queue now. Down in 9th. Doesn't look like he's going to be moving up through the grid anytime soon. And Vesti has caught up. Excellent. So let's get him charging. I need to use the tyre advantage we've got while we've got it on some of these cars on hard tyres, but I need the battery to be able to do that.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
Sainz and Norris side by side. So Sainz dropping back. Ferrari going backwards in this race. Performance gap is just so narrow at the moment. It's going to widen as the season progresses. Some of these teams are going to start to drop away in terms of their development. Others are just going to catch up and go. Others will go steamrolling ahead. But the first few races of the season are going to be very tight like this, I think. I'm curious as to how well we'll do at Jeddah. It's getting really, really close here. We've almost got enough battery to start pushing. In fact, let's go into neutral. See if we can actually find a way through a little bit.
So use energy if you need it.
Copy.
Vesti's so poor coming out of that corner. Turn 8. That's his weakness. Alright. Nice. Comfortable move on Gasly. We'll easily get that complete.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Oh, little running wide there for Magnussen.
Oh, they've run wide.
Battery's running low. Need to make a move if I'm going to do it. Oh, he's not going to have a look. And this is the trouble when you're trying to overtake someone who's also got DRS. It's just so
We have
tricky.
low batteries.
Copy.
I'm going to have to sit and charge, and I'm probably going to get overtaken by Gasly in the process. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Someone spun out.
Stroll was at a spin. Still stuck behind Alex Albon here. Annoyingly.
Use energy.
Copy.
Ah, he just doesn't want to throw it up the inside. He should do. Oh, here we go. Here's a move on Alex.
Come on.
There we go. Gasly has got back past. God damn it.
Doing a good job. That's going to help you.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Vesti's just stuck going nowhere right now. Felipe back up to 11th, but yeah, these tyres are not working as well as I was hoping they would. The field is just so tightly packed. There's no wiggle room. There's no room to capitalise and make moves. Hopefully, in the final stint, when we'll have brand new softs to throw on, some of the cars around us will not, and we'll be able to do something to try and maybe sneak a position there, as we have a think about looking at sites, but we're not going to get that move done. We're back on Gasly again.
Good job, keep pushing.
Still not able to really do anything. If we get past him, we're going to be stuck behind Magnussen and Vettel and then get overtaken by Gasly if we try and recharge again. It's frustrating right now. We know we've got some extra potential in the car in terms of pace, but I don't know how much. I don't know how much other cars are being held up. I don't know how much other cars are being dragged along. I still don't know where we stand with this car right now. Because of this long, never-ending DRS, which now runs from 6th all the way down to 18th. Well, with a small gap between, 12th and 13th, but
Energy if you need it.
Okay, copy.
Sainz gets around Ricardo, and now we've got a run on Ricardo here. Oh, he backed out under braking. God damn it. Points are going to be so hard to come by this season. We're certainly not going to match last season's points tally. Much less points on offer. I mean, we got 15 for third place at Singapore. That's more than you can get across the entire Grand Prix weekend this season. Second place last year is the same as a 1-2 this year. Oh, someone's gone off. Did it help us?
Who's running wide there?
Leclerc running wide. Okay, so no, doesn't help us. Right, have we got a chance on Ricardo? Has he got DRS here? No, he doesn't. He will do now. Not able to capitalise there. That's a shame. We're back past Gasly. That's good. Without having to do any real hard work on that
Looks like
one.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Let's have another crack at punching our way through
Use
here.
energy.
Copy.
Got 2 laps worth of battery to use. Someone's gone off. Or gone wide.
Look at that!
Oh,
They run
god damn
wide.
it. Freddie, just commit to the overtake.
We just need to charge up.
Yeah, copy.
Still gotta worry about fuel at some point for Freddie as well.
You can use energy.
This is why I'm so frustrated that we can't use the pace of these tyres to get us into a position where we can then try and save some fuel without losing ground. Alright, maybe around the outside here, come on. I'm going to give you some
We just need to
tyres
push
as well.
now.
Yeah, copy.
We just got to go for this now. Oh, come on, just throw it up the inside. Never seen a driver so unwilling to take a chance. Ah, right, there we go, there we go. Oh, wow, are we going to get them both?
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Should back off.
Finally,
Okay, copy.
we're through.
Energy's good.
Okay, copy.
Oh, we're past Albon. No, I think we were ahead of Albon anyway, weren't we? I don't know. But Freddie is through. So now, let's try. Let's try and push away a little bit. Hopefully his natural pace will be enough to pull him away. Because he's got no battery to push with, really. Not yet. Let's try and do something.
Use energy if you need.
Yeah, copy.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Over.
Come on, be brave under braking.
No saving required.
Copy.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
We need to charge it.
Copy.
Magnussen just got the DRS.
Happy to push.
Copy.
He's going to close up massively under braking.
Looks like
Full
Aston
battery
Martin
deployment
have
again,
just gained a race position.
just to try and break away before the next DRS zone. Right, we are past Ricardo. Excellent stuff. Oh, he's going to have a go at the inside, is he? Is he? Yes! Finally! I've been trying to get him to do that all race. Thank you, finally.
You're in a good place.
So, there we go.
Copy.
It took a while, but we got ourselves a little bit further up the order. And Vesti has finally broken clear of Magnussen and co.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Oh, Verstappen
Let's
having
see
an
what
issue.
happened there. Now here we see Max Verstappen.
That's barely
Going
cost him
wide
any
like
time at
that.
all. He's so far ahead as well, it doesn't really make any difference to him. Oh, nearly snuck it past Alonso there. We are in pretty good shape right now. Let's keep this push going if we can.
Yeah, copy.
God, that Alpine's just got so much traction coming out of turn 8. Right, we're having a look at Alonso here. It's just that little bit too fast. We're at a point now where the mediums haven't got the grip anymore against the hards. That wasn't too far off though.
This is good. Come on.
I don't think we're actually going to gain any more places, so I'm just going to start charging back up again. What was that yellow flag for?
Did somebody spin out there?
Oh, Hamilton
Let's
spun.
have a look. Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one. What a spin out!
So obviously it's dropped him behind Leclerc, but it hasn't had any other negative impacts for it. Oh wow, someone else has gone. Albon's gone. Same corner, same spin.
Sounds like we've had a spin. We can take a look now. Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon. And this, yes, this is where they spun out.
Oh, that's cost Albon a huge amount of places. It's dropped him all the way back to 18th. A lock up. Oh, and that's Is that both McLarens out? No, just Norris.
Up there.
Oh, Ocon.
Here's the
Ocon's
replay.
hit Norris.
Now have a watch of this. Looks like Ocon. They've locked up, but that could have been much worse.
So that's a penalty for Ocon. That takes him out of the way. Is there any damage to Norris? Who still hasn't got going yet. There we go, now he's going.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
All of a sudden, we are in a pretty comfortable position again. We're actually in the points now. It's amazing how quickly things can just change in Formula One. Vesti is eking out a gap. Felipe's going to have to pit first. He's been burning his tyres a bit more. I'm going to box him this lap. It's a little early, but
We'll be boxing this lap.
I want to see if I can get an undercut.
Yeah, copy. 1-4.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Copy. Pit lane.
Copy.
Alright, so we are the first to blink, so the undercut opportunity is there. Depends if we come out in a lot of traffic. You can see everyone else now starting to come out. Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari. Not McLaren. Williams are out, Alfa Romeo are out. Everyone's going to be pitting in this lap, so I need to box Freddie this lap. Or he risks being undercut.
Box, 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 box.
Copy, box.
There's Verstappen in. Because the field is so tightly packed as well, we come out way behind, but we have the potential to jump a lot of cars because they're so tightly packed together. So if you can make an effective undercut strategy work when the field's all bunched up, ooh boy, you can gain some places. Hamilton into the pits. That's soft tyres, and they will be used softs. Sainz coming in. Sainz is one of the cars that we're trying to
Pit lane.
undercut. As Vesti comes in as well. And now Gasly and Zhou. There's Felipe. Is Sainz getting held? Yeah, we jumped Sainz. Quite comfortably. But that Ferrari's now in clean air without someone threatening him from behind, so we could see a bit of resurgence from Sainz in terms of pace.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
Ocon and Vettel on mediums. Interesting. We're in 10th right now, so we're still not in the points, but Russell, Perez, Leclerc, Alonso, Ricciardo and Magnussen are all going to make another stop, and Bottas as well, so we are potentially going to jump a few places here. They're doing 139s and 140s. Let's see what we do when we cross the line. As Bottas dives into the pits. We just did a 136.3. Wow. Yeah, we've definitely got a bit of pace in this car now. Clean air, soft tyres. Excellent stuff. Vesti has caught Vettel. We've had a lock up for someone. It's Sainz. Sainz is locked up. What is going on with Ferrari?
Let's take a look at the replay. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
Matteo Binotto doesn't work for Ferrari anymore. What's going on?
The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
Alright, let's get this move done nice and quick.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Okay, copy.
There we go. That's how you overtake. Nice and smooth, clean as you like. Perez and Leclerc are in. Could we actually get ahead of Perez and Leclerc here?
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Alonso, Ricardo, Magnussen are all in. Well, Perez and Leclerc are back out. We're not going to beat them, but we are going to jump everybody else. And Vesti's going to get them as well. Oh, beautiful. The undercut for Vesti has worked beautifully. I'm just going to worry about fuel now. And I do not want Vettel coming with me, so I'm going to try and push.
Okay, copy.
So we just need to push now.
Yeah, copy.
Right, don't do anything stupid and spin it again or run wide or a repeat of what you did earlier in the race, please, Freddie. Need to pull a gap and then sustain that gap. Russell pits. Russell's too far ahead for us to do anything about, but he's going to lose out to Hamilton, I think. Hamilton with Perez all over the back of him.
So back off.
So we are currently running 6th and 7th now that we've finally been able to get into some clean air. It's a double points finish in the opening race of the season, if things stay as they are. Gotta make sure Freddie does not run out of fuel. So keep an eye on the gap to Vettel. Holding steady at the moment. We've got some better traction in some of the corners. Again, a couple of tenths coming out of the first sector there. Sainz all the way down to 16th. His race is done. I don't think there's anyone left to pit now. No, that's it. Everyone has hit the pits. And that gap is going up. So let's just go into conserve mode for a lap or two.
Lift and coast will help.
Yeah, copy.
And even in conserve mode, that gap is still going up. That is excellent news. There will come a point when these soft tyres start to go off and you'll come back at us, but he's more likely to get overtaken by Ricardo, and Ricardo to have a try and have a run at us. I wonder if I've got fastest lap pace in this car or not. Let's go for it. One lap.
Push more.
Let's see what we can do.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
And yeah, Ricardo's got past Vettel, so now I've got to be extra careful of the gap, as Ricardo's on softs. Well, Vettel's done me a favour by getting back in front of him. I'll slow Ricardo down again. Purple in the first sector for Felipe. Purple in the middle sector. Are we going to see a fastest lap coming through here? We've run out of battery. There we go, a 1:34.6. Right, we need to save save everything.
Take it easy.
Okay, copy.
We can afford to coast for a lap or two. Just calm those tyres back down again. Get the fuel back under control. Vesti is almost ready to stop fuel saving. We're under no threat from behind. We haven't really, realistically, I don't think, got the pace to challenge Leclerc and Russell. Even if we could eke up on them ever so slightly, they're swapping places under DRS, so they're just going to keep pulling away. But I'm happy with 6th. More than happy with 6th. I was aiming to try and get a point in this Grand Prix with Felipe, and we're currently on for 3 points with Felipe, so definitely ahead of where I was expecting us to be. or aiming for.
No saving required.
Yeah, copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
We just need to charge up.
Okay, copy.
Right, where's Verstappen right now? There he is. So we're not going to get lapped. I think we're probably safe. As long as no one makes an emergency pit stop, I think we're probably safe on the fastest lap as well. It's just a shame there's no bonus point. It's just bragging rights and sponsorship, but that would have been a really useful bonus point. Right, got to be careful of Ricciardo. He's creeping up and he's dragging Vettel with him. Yeah, I'm just going to protect the car now for Felipe. He's under no real threat, no real pressure. Let's see how much lap time he loses staying off the curbs for a lap. So he does a 1:38.3 across the line because he's recharging. Let's see what he does with a lap of staying off curbs. Yeah, Ricciardo is getting closer. I've got some tyre wear to spare. And that's the fuel taken care of for Freddie. Oh, he's locked up. God damn it, Freddie.
Let's see what happened there. So this was the Aston.
Hopefully he gets going again, has only lost those 2 places. Yep. How far behind am I?
Straight on.
Too far.
Happy to push.
Copy.
There goes my double points finish. 1:39.9, so we were what, 1.1 seconds slower. We've got a 6-second gap to Ricciardo. It's too much of a risk, but we don't need to charge anymore. That'll give us a bit more lap time. Will one of the guys in front of us make a mistake? I hope so. This is why working on the brakes has been something I definitely wanted to do for this season, which is why we've got a new front wing in development, because that will give us a nice brake cooling boost as well, because as the car gets faster, then drivers with a lower braking ability are more and more likely to make mistakes and lock up. Look at that queue of traffic behind us. Vesti's braking is still in. Oh, someone's locked up. Oh, it's Magnussen. Big spin.
Was that a lock-up on the track? Let's have a look. Now just focus on the Haas.
I
And
just went
yes,
steaming
that's
in there, didn't he? Look. I pulled back half a second. It's not all over yet. There is still a small chance of us getting back in the points with Freddie. But as I was saying, the more the car increases its
more.
ability to generate pace. So the faster the car gets, the more the drivers need to rely on their braking stat to be able to stop it properly. And also, the more they need to rely on very good brake cooling to be able to stop it. And if they've got low brake stats but high brake cooling, they'll do okay. They'll still lock up every now and again, but they'll do okay. If they've got low brake stats and poor brake cooling, they're going to lock up all over the place. If they've got high brake stats and low brake cooling, they'll be okay. And obviously high brake stats and high brake cooling, they'll be golden. Ricardo is still closing in, so I'm going to stop avoiding curbs. Do not want to give the cars behind a sniff of the back of my car there. But this queue behind, this is just crazy. Look at this. This is like with 6 laps to go.
Focus on the last 6 laps.
But Williams in 11th. Alright, there we go. Felipe re-establishing the gap slightly. Gained an extra couple of tenths. Just can't quite get close enough with Vesti at the moment.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
I'm going to try and tactically use what little battery I've got to close up on certain corners. So turn 1, turn 10, try and get DRS, battery, ERS battery deployment on those corners.
5 laps to go.
You can use energy.
Copy.
Seems to be working, but I've only got so much spare battery. I can't really do this for more than this lap, I don't think, before I run out of backup battery.
Use energy if you need.
Yeah, copy.
That's it. I'm out of battery. I'm not quite there. So close. Vettel's back in front. That might help me. Ricciardo's tyres are going to be getting a bit squishy, but mine are even worse. Oh, just about squeezed back into DRS, I think.
4 laps to go.
Whew, just
Got
made
back
it.
a bit.
Sorry.
Alright, let's try and get a little bit of battery in. Just need to get past one of these two. Doesn't matter which one. We're going to have a grandstand finish after all. Verstappen could... oh, he's locked up again. Oh, God damn it, Freddie. Well, okay, there goes that chance. So ninth it is.
And that's the lock-up!
I'm just going to say, we could see a whole bunch of cars just having to peel over as Verstappen comes steamrolling through. We're not going to get the chance to see it because we're going to be focusing on Vesti trying to fight his way through past Vettel. That's not going to happen anymore. So let's watch all these cars potentially just peel out of the way for a charging Max. Max with the number 33 back on his car because he is no longer world champion. That is Charles Leclerc, I believe. There he is with the number 1 on his car. Reigning world champion, not even on the podium at the moment. I don't think Max is going to catch these guys. Well, not all of them anyway. He might catch the last 1 or 2.
2 to go.
I really kind of wanted to see this conga wave of cars just pulling out of the way and sliding back in behind him. Trying not to lose a position. He's getting held up horrifically by Magnussen at the moment, who keeps just jumping him and then slowing him down in the corners. Vesti about to come under pressure from Zhou. We've killed his tyres, so we can't really do much. We're so close to actually being able to get back into the points and pushed him a little bit too hard. His braking stats just aren't there yet. Once again, it's going to be nothing but working on his brakes for the foreseeable future this season. We can start developing other skills for Felipe now that he's got a braking of 80. We can work on his cornering, we can work on his accuracy. We could even maybe look at working on his smoothness a little bit. Freddie, he needs another 10 points in his braking.
Last lap.
There we go, Max wins the Grand Prix at an absolute canter by almost a minute from Perez. Wow, a minute. That's ridiculous.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
It's going to be brutal trying to stop him taking the title this season by the look of it. To finish that far ahead of his teammate in an identical car. Well, we're assuming they're identical. We'll have to have a look at that actually in a car comparison. See if there is any real difference between the two cars, if one's got more upgrades than the other, because a minute, that's just insane. Yeah, I heard about the frame rate issues, Corey. That's why I was asking earlier if anyone had played it and what it was like. Hopefully they'll patch that out, but we'll see.
Let's check a flag.
So there we go. 3 points on our first race of the season for Felipe. Freddie had 2 bites at the cherry of getting points, and he blew his lines on both
So that is
occasions.
flags, but you can keep them.
But 9th place. There is some pace in the car. We just need to improve his braking and improve the car's braking, which will help him.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
Indeed, the team has demonstrated technical skill as well as a great deal of heart. They can be really proud of their efforts this weekend.
And after this result, the team is 4th in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
So there we go. Yeah, disappointing we couldn't get points for Freddie, but he did gain 8 places from where he started, so that was a good recovery in that respect. 4 places gained for Felipe. 6th place gives him 3 points, and he got the fastest lap, although no bonus points for that. Yeah, Max just... his best lap was a second quicker than his teammate, who ran, I think, the same strategy. No, Perez went on to hards. That'll be part of the reason then why Max was able to pull ahead. But even so, that's still a huge gap. Into the constructors, we currently sit in 4th place with 3 points. Only 1 point behind Ferrari. What has gone on at Ferrari in the off-season? I know they lost Tondi, but their car is just not where it's expected to be at all. Mercedes looking pretty handy. They don't have the pace of Max and the Red Bull, but they are certainly looking like the number 2 team right now, as opposed to Ferrari. Good experience points for both our drivers. They are still on pretty high multipliers, as you can see. Exceptional race for Freddie, barring the 2 mistakes. Some good overtaking, good defending. A lot of failed overtakes, though, unfortunately, for both drivers. They just couldn't make the moves early on in the Grand Prix that would really have helped them get further up the field, further up the order. Wouldn't have had to push them so hard. In terms of our sponsors, we missed out on quali, I believe. Yeah, the quali position. I said 2 in the top 12, and yeah, we missed that quite comfortably with Freddie, unfortunately. But everything else we managed. That's pretty encouraging. Say we got 2 in the top 10, which could easily have been 2 in the points. Once we can work on Freddie's braking and improve the car's braking cooling, that should be a bit more of a reality going forward, I think. We do actually end up with a development point for Felipe. Let's improve his cornering. Freddie is only a few hundred points away. You can see, yeah, this needs another 9-10 points easily before that's going to be, comparable to his teammate, and by then his teammate will have pulled away in the cornering. So yeah, he's going to be slower than Felipe all season again, but I do think in the long term, after a few years, I think Freddie might come through ahead of Felipe. He's better ahead in a lot of other areas that aren't crucial for pace, but are crucial for long-term performance. No points for our staff. Let's have a look at the cars. I wanted to have a look and see if the 2 Red Bulls are the same, or if Max has got upgrades that Checo doesn't. Oh, he does. Look at the top speed difference and the cornering difference. Max has got upgrades that Checo doesn't have. He's got more cornering performance, he's got more speed performance in terms of top speed, acceleration, and DRS top speed. Yeah, Max has definitely got the better car of the 2. So that also contributes. That, combined with the difference in strategy for the middle stints, that explains why he was so much faster over the full race distance. Because it was a huge gap. We exceed the expectations of the board brilliantly, apparently, which is fantastic news. We like to keep the board nice and happy. So another delighted performance added. The objectives, we are on target already for 7th, which has changed. It was 8th at the start of the season. Now we're into the season itself. That's gone up to 7th. So I did say that might change, and it has done, but we have already ticked off 1 of the 11 races that we needed to score points in for our long-term objective, which I do think we have a serious chance of doing this season, given that we got 8-point finishes last season, and the car was much worse than it is now, and the drivers weren't as good either. There we go. It's been an interesting opening race of the season. I'm still not 100% certain exactly where we are in terms of pace against the rest of the field, because of the way everyone just stayed so close to each other all the way through that Grand Prix. And then we started to get a few little groups breaking up. But once we got in clean air and we pushed Felipe, he was fast. But no, that was pushing him. His raw pace was good, but I don't know how well it compares to the rest of the field. There was too much slipstreaming, too much DRS going on to get a clear picture of exactly where the field is right now. But we do look competitive for points at the very least, which is what I was hoping for this season. So we'll just have to see over the next 3 or 4 Grand Prix how that's going to kind of expand. I think the next race is also going to be very similar in terms of performance. A lot of cars going to be DRSing, especially with the triple DRS at Jeddah. The back-to-back triple DRS. There's going to be a lot of a lot of long trains for quite a long period of time. I think overtaking is going to be tricky without a significant performance advantage. We shall see how that goes tomorrow night. We will be back tomorrow with some more challenge mode, season 2 race 2, going to Jeddah. We will also have some more upgrades on the way. Let's see, we have side pods coming for Saudi Arabia. That will give us a little bit more speed in a straight line, reduce our drag a little bit, improve our engine cooling, which won't improve our performance per se, but it will give us heat on our engine, so they won't wear out quite so quickly, which will be good. We do desperately need the chassis, well, more the front wing than the chassis. We desperately need that front wing. We need that little bit of extra grip to help us get that launch out of the corners, and we also need that brake cooling upgrade as well. So given the brake performance, when the side pods are done, we may go for another suspension just to try and boost the brakes as much as we can early in the season. Don't really want to do an underfloor without putting hours into it, and that's going to be my next big update. The next testing period, though, doesn't start till the beginning of May, so that'll be the day after Imola. So that'll be, let's see, we'll be looking at probably, if we're lucky, getting that for Silverstone, maybe Austria, before we could get a new underfloor. If we can get it for Silverstone, that would be huge. If we could maybe even rush it and get it earlier than that, maybe get it for Canada or maybe even Baku, that would be brilliant, but I just don't think that is going to happen. We'll see. There's plenty of season to go, 21 more races, and if they're all going to be as tight as that one, we're in for a great season. So until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager Challenge Mode tomorrow.